Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry it's been so long. Yeah, things have been quite busy. But without further ado, let's continue. How do I walk around? Okay, I think we're heading out this way, right? Open door. Oh! Oh, that's how I do it. Ooh, look at that gun. Maybe I'll score some ego points by looking at
Jack
things.
has invested a great deal in his career.
He's investigated a great deal. He's got medals on the board, a certificate of merit, and this note. And this picture? Or, I guess
Jack
a shooting.
is an
Oh, it's a shooting
investigator
target.
greatly respected by his peers.
Why can't I hear anything? Let me adjust my volume. Alright.
Like all hunters, Hastings has always been fascinated by weapons.
Maybe I'll just adjust this. Hope it's not going to drown me out.
Like all hunters, Hastings has always been fascinated by weapons.
Just looking at the weapons. Alright. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Maybe there's some important object here. Why is that important?
Alice Asher was murdered in Andover, the ABC killer's first murder. London. I really like this city. One thing is certain, you never get bored here.
Look at your wastebasket? No. Let's observe him first.
Jack
Love
appears to
observing
be snowed under.
He's snowed under. But he looks snowed under. Piles of files. Coffee. Oh, tea.
Jap appears to already be overloaded with work. My news is not going to improve matters.
I love doing this investigation bits.
Bonjour, Chief Inspector. I am afraid we have some bad news. I have just received another letter signed ABC. The next crime will be on the 25th in Bexhill-on-Sea.
Are you completely sure it's from the same person?
Yes.
I have compared the two letters. There is no doubt about it.
I suppose you think he's going to carry out his threats.
I fear so.
Good God, Poirot. Bexhill is very busy at this time of year, and we have no idea who the next victim will be.
The killer attacks old ladies who run the shop? No. Oh yeah, of course.
I suspect that the name of the second victim will start with B.
What on earth makes you think such a thing?
I thought about it when I saw the name Asher clearly written over the shop door of the unfortunate woman who was murdered in Andover last month. When I received a letter mentioning Bexhill, I deduced that the victim, like the town, might have been chosen by alphabetical order.
So it's an alphabet fiend. I'm going to have a list drawn up of all the people whose name starts with B. I hope there aren't too many of them.
Bien. We should leave you to work, Chief Inspector.
Oh yes, Ian.
You have a few days to prepare yourself.
Thank you for coming, my friends.
Poirot?
Chief Inspector Japp, your call does not bode well.
Indeed, we have just found the body of a young woman on the beach in Bexhill. An ABC was placed on the body.
Oh,
We'll
boy.
be there as soon as possible.
What's her name? Beatrice? Betty? Bailey? Beth? I don't really know a lot of B names.
Bexhill is a delightful town. It would be nice to come back and visit.
I do not entirely agree. Walking at the beach damages my shoes, and it hurts my knee.
Oh, you poor thing.
So the years have not spared you, my friend. It's the same for all of us.
That is exactly what I said to myself when I saw you back from your travels.
Oh.
Poirot.
Do not be offended, Hastings. I can see Japp waiting for us. And from his face, I would say that things are not looking good.
You gentlemen.
Chief Inspector?
I fear your admirer has struck again, Poirot. We haven't yet identified the victim, but it's a young woman, 20 to 25 years old.
Sounds like that
Death
YouTuber
occurred
with the right
last night
opinion.
between 11:30 and 1 o'clock. And we found an ABC guide on the body.
Was she pretty?
Come on, Poirot, that's rather out of place. It has no bearing on the murder.
Are you certain? For women, it is often the most important thing. It often decides their destiny.
The body hasn't been moved. You can see for yourself.
Oui, she is
Has the
pretty.
press been informed?
Not yet, but I'm planning to. I haven't yet informed them about the presence of the ABC guide in Andover.
Nobody has reported a young woman missing?
Not for the moment.
No witnesses, I imagine.
Indeed. We've
No
asked
witnesses.
everybody who may have met a young woman fitting her description last night to come and see us, but I have little hope of gaining anything from it.
It's early days, Chief Inspector, and the news may not have spread around the town yet.
I hope you're right, Hastings.
Okay, let's go check the crime scene. Obviously, so she's been strangled. It's been open to...
The guide is open as the page for the Bexhill train times. A braided seatbelt. It may have belonged to the victim.
I thought he said seatbelt with a weird accent.
These marks have been left by a rope or a braided cloth.
No, it sounded like he said breaded cloth.
She was a great beauty. Strange that chap didn't notice it.
Okay.
This key is too small to be one for a house. Without a doubt, it is for a padlock.
But why isn't she wearing shoes? Oh, suspicious.
The young woman wasn't wearing shoes or a
Oh,
coat,
I guess it is.
and was not carrying a bag. That's strange.
Was she even
Either the
murdered?
murderer stole her belongings, or she put them somewhere safe. Maybe so that she could bath.
Cloth. So what else is... Well, I already checked that out. What else? Oh, right here.
Apart from the marks on her neck, there are no signs of the struggle. She didn't manage to hit her assailant. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Said a little grave in the caption, but... Alright. How was the victim killed? Oh, I'm not gonna keep forgetting. It's a braided thing. Victim was pretty though, that's not really important. She did not struggle. Yep.
The poor child must have been strangled with his braided belt.
Braided
Unfortunately, in view of the fabric, it is unlikely that we will find any prints. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay, what are the common places between the Andover murder? Common points, okay. The killer signs his crimes with an ABC guide. Oh, that's not it. Oh, she has just one wound on the back of her head. The marks on the neck. The press does not know that the ABC guide was found in Andover. The two murders were premeditated and were carried by the same person.
The medical officer should confirm that the victim was strangled with her own belt.
That's what I thought. She shows the usual signs of strangulation.
With a little luck, we'll find Prince this time.
You are too optimistic, Hastings. Our killer is far too meticulous for that.
Okay, identify the victim. Okay, we already... Oh. What's our mission? Identify the victim. How do we identify the victim?
I fear that this... Certes.
Okay. How do we identify the victim? By asking around, I guess?
A dual locking padlock. I need to find the code and then insert it.
Find the code? How the hell would I find the code? This isn't 9. Why are there 2 9s? I figured it out.
The number is upside down. This is definitely at number 6.
Oh. Oh. That did something for a second. No, that makes sense. Yeet. Okay. We did it. Oh, now we can identify her. Okay, her shoes.
It definitely was here that the victim left her belongings.
What was that? Like bats or something. Betty. Oh.
Betty's first day at work. Mom is very proud of you. Elizabeth Barnard, 7 August 1931.
Betty Bernard, huh?
So, the young lady did have a name starting with B, and she worked as a ginger cat, an establishment that must be slightly further along the beach.
Okay.
The purse is full. Yet again, we can dismiss theft as the motive for the murder.
Oh, there it goes again.
Here is the watch she must have removed to prevent it from getting wet. A top brand lipstick. She liked to take care of her appearance.
Ooh la la.
As well as a photo of the victim with some company. It could be useful to me.
Okay. Finally getting some.
Jap has gone to the police. The victim has been identified and her family had reported her disappearance. She was called?
Elizabeth Barnard, mainly Betty. She worked as a ginger cat at the cafe slightly further along the beach.
But Poirot, how on earth?
Nice.
Never mind. Do you have her address?
Yes, she lived with her parents on the street leading to the beach, number 22. Shall we go?
You are far too impatient, Hastings. Let the poor people take in the news first.
Yeah.
Let us go and visit the cafe where Betty worked.
Jeez, that was crazy. Just do one more investigating thing here. And Poirot.
Hastings appears to be ill at ease. He appeared to be relatively indifferent to Mrs. Asher's murder, but a young woman's murder seems...
Oh, it's Hastings that likes the women. Oh, cool. Cat's eye. Oh.
I'll be with you in a minute, gentlemen.
Jukebox. Play that funky music, what boy?
What a pity. I don't have any change to make it work.
Let's observe this woman. Very businesslike.
Something tells me that she's the owner of the ginger cat.
Oh, maybe her hair? Okay. She's sitting in front of the cashier, behind the counter. What else would identify her? What? That? Strict appearance. Oh. And glasses, of course.
This woman must be the owner of the ginger cat.
That's right.
It looks like something is bothering her.
How can I help you?
A hot chocolate and a tea for my friend, please.
I'll bring it straight away.
She seems like a less angry version of the woman from before.
I need to know the time range during which Betty was working on her own.
Okay. Betty.
Where is Betty? Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Would she have been alone at any time during her service? No, this person is not the...
Oh.
No, this person is not the last one to have worked with Betty. Interesting. Betty was alone between 5 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. Who did she serve?
Wait, so you guys Millie?
Interesting. Betty was...
Who did she serve?
This page won't help me.
Oh.
These are the different waiting staff's bills. Which ones were written by Betty?
We looked at
Where is
Betty's
Betty?
standard.
Betty worked from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Which...
Okay. Alright. This is so cool. I love this thing. So
Where is
worked
Betty?
11 a.m. to 7:30. 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. She worked an 8-hour shift. No. Can't be.
This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably another one. Betty wasn't serving on her own at these two times.
Oh, okay. So you just look at the time that she was working on her own.
Where is Betty?
She was working on her own from 11 to 7. She was alone at 6. Looks like she was alone at 6, right?
Most probably a family. This bill may have been written. No, something's not right. Betty was alone at just one of these 2 times.
One of these 2 times. Betty was definitely around at, what was it?
Where is Betty?
6:30. Sometimes she was alone. 5. She's alone at 5.
This bill may have been written by Betty. There is probably an... Betty wasn't serving on her own at these 2 times. Let's keep searching. Most probably a single man, a whiskey lover. Maybe the murderer? This bill may have been written by Betty.
Alright. Let's see.
Where is Betty?
11, 7:30 to 7:30. Why would this be 7:20? But she's the only one who's
Where is Betty?
from 6 to 7, right? 6 to 7.
Most probably a family.
Those 2 have got to be it, yeah.
Betty served a family and a man on his own, a whiskey drinker. Maybe the murderer. This information will help me to progress.
What? Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Oops.
We are searching for clues, mademoiselle. My name is Hercule Poirot. I am a detective, and this is Captain Hastings. Does Betty Barnard work here?
That is correct. She should have been here a while ago. Punctuality is the first rule of politeness.
I fear that Miss Barnard will not be coming today.
Or ever.
She has just been found, dead, on the beach a few hundred meters from the cafe.
How awful. Poor young thing. What happened?
You don't seem
She
so
appears to have
distressed.
been murdered.
This is most distressing. How this will affect my
Yeah, I
business, I
agree.
shudder to think.
I love how those cups are upside down. That's pretty cool. Say that on the contrary, it is an advert for the town.
What can you tell us about Miss Barnard?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Miss Barnard was my employee. Her private life was none of my business.
You did know at least that she had a young man.
Indeed.
Ask her if her gentleman friend might have attacked her. Ask her if the man...
This photo was found. Is this him?
Yes, that's him all right. But I haven't seen him for some time.
So the young man no longer have morals? Ask if the relationship is going on.
I find young people today very hard to understand.
You needn't tell me that. A few weeks ago, they argued just outside the cafe. Imagine what my customers must have thought.
I hope for you that it was an isolated incident. It must be difficult to keep a respectable establishment if your staff shows themselves to be so shameless.
The young man only made a scene the once. Jealousy, no doubt. It must be said the young girl was very pretty.
Thank you for your time, Mademoiselle Mérion. You have been of great help.
Right, so certain people...
The customer who ordered the whiskey might provide us more information. He may have been the last one to see Betty alive.
It is an interesting idea, Hastings. Maybe he is a regular guest.
Right. So basically what I was trying to say is, maybe, like it depends on what you say to these people. You gotta kind of read them and, you know what the proper thing to say. Because like before in the other episode, I didn't know I was supposed to be like, your food is rotten. Like, different strokes for different folks,
What do you think, mademoiselle?
I don't think so. Our regular guests tend to order tea and cakes. At this time of the year, there are a lot of tourists about you never see again.
That's what I thought. Time to visit Betty's home.
And we'll be doing that in the next episode. New objective, go to Betty's house. Alright. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Especially comment, because that really helps with interaction and stuff like that. Anyway, bye-bye.